Good evening everyone, my name is Kester Dixon and this is a video tutorial showing how to link MySQL databases to Access 2007 databases. Now before continuing, of course you're going to need Access 2007 installed on your system, but besides that you're also going to have to install two other programs. Now the first of these two is a program called Wampserver. You should see the link, the URL on your screen now. You're simply going to click on the download link and download the relevant version for your operating system, whether it be 32 or 64. Now, if you're not familiar with how to check to see what version your operating system is, you're simply going to click Start. You're going to right click on computer if you're running Windows 7. You're going to right click on computer, select Properties, and under system type you should see the version, the type of operating system you're running, whether it be 32-bit or 64. In our case it's a 64-bit version, so we're going to download the 64-bit version of Wampserver. So if you're running 32, you're going to download the 32-bit version. Besides Wampserver, you're also going to need a program called the MySQL connector, ODBC connector. Now this is needed in order to create a connection between Access and the MySQL database. Alright, so much like Wampserver, you're going to download the relevant version, whether it be the 64-bit or the 32-bit version. Download links are right here. Alright, so you're going to download the relevant version and install. Now once those two programs are properly installed, you can go ahead and continue with the tutorial. Now we already, of course, installed Wampserver on the system, so we're going to start by simply double-clicking the icon, and you're going to see here in the bottom right-hand corner of our screen, in the system tray, you can see the icon represented by a green W at the bottom of our screen. Now, once you see the icon as green, which means that everything that the Wampserver is online and you're able to continue, but if it's a different color besides green, whether it be orange, yellow, or red, which means that it's having some difficulty or some issue going online. Now, the simplest thing you can try to do is simply left click on the icon and try clicking put online to see if that would help resolve the issue. Either that or start all services, because sometimes some of these services may not properly initiate upon first launch, so you can try starting all services here. But if that doesn't work, you can always go on Google to see if you can find the answer to the problem. One of the most common issues that people encounter with Wampserver not going online is that they will try to launch Wampserver while a program called Skype is running. Now Skype uses the same ports as Wampserver, so you can simply try exiting Skype while using Wampserver. So most people, that should rectify the issue with most people. But if that doesn't work, of course, there's always Google. Alright, so in our case everything is green, so we can go ahead and continue by left clicking again on the icon and clicking PHP MyAdmin. Now once that is done, we'll come into the MyAdmin page where we can create our database. Now at the top, right here at the top of the page, you can see a tab marked databases. We're going to click that, and here we're going to create a database. Alright, so in our last tutorial we created a database for college, so we're just going to continue with the same theme in this here video. So we're going to create another database named college and click create. Alright, you can see it has been successfully created, and you can see it listed with the other default databases on the left hand pane. So you can go ahead and click the database that we just created, left click it, and you can go ahead and create a table now. Alright, so we're going to name the table. Now again, in our last video we created a table for students of the college, so this time around we're going to create a table for the lecturers. Alright, so we're just going to name the table lecturers, and we're just going to have 4 columns in this here table. Once you're finished there, you can go ahead and click go. Alright, so in this here screen we're going to create the 4 fields, name the 4 fields that we want in the table. Alright, so first field we're gonna create is one for ID. Alright, that's the employee IDs for the lecturers. We're gonna have that as a type int, a numeric int. Alright, we're going to create field for F name, first name, and that's going to be a string of varchar. L name, oops, should be L name for last name, again varchar, and let's create field. Alright, field as in the area of teaching that the lecturer, you know, is involved, whether it be math or English or what have you. Alright, so that's also going to be a varchar. Alright, and well, I'm going to specify the length of each of these fields. So the ID could have a length of 10, F name of 25, L name of 25, and the field could also be 25. Alright, so of course this is a simple tutorial, so we're going to leave everything else empty as default. So we're going to click save. Alright, so we're going to click on structure just to verify that the fields were created. Alright, so as you can see here we have our 4 fields: ID, F name, L name, and field. Alright, a varchar as varchar and int. Alright, so you can see here that everything was successfully created. Sorry. Alright, so once that's done, we can now go ahead and launch access to populate this here fields with whatever data we want. So we're going to go ahead and minimize this, and we're going to open Access 2007 in administrator mode, because all other tasks that we are going to go ahead with from this here point requires administrative rights. So once we find our shortcut here, like clicking start and going into Microsoft Office, you're going to hold on the shift key, right click on My Access 2007, and select run as administrator. Now that will launch Access 2007 in administrator mode. Alright, so once that is done, we're going to click on blank database. We're going to name our database here. I'm going to name it assignment 2. You can of course save the database wherever you want, but we're going to keep it in the default location. Click create. Alright, and we're going to just close off this here table. Alright, so once that is done, we're going to go ahead and proceed by clicking the external data tab. We're going to now click on more, and we're going to left click on ODBC database. Alright, so once this window pops up, we're going to click on link to data source. Alright, so we're going to link the you're going to link access directly to the MySQL database. You're going to select the second option, click OK. You're going to click the machine data source tab and click on new. You're going to select system data source and next, and we're going to scroll down through the list until we find MySQL, ODBC, and C driver. Alright, now if you didn't install the MySQL ODBC connector that was referred to earlier on in the video, you're not going to have this here option. So if you're not seeing it listed in this here area, you're gonna go ahead and pause this video, reinstall the driver, and hopefully all should be good and you'll be able to continue on with the tutorial. Alright, so you're gonna select the ANSI driver, click next, and click finish. Now once that is done, you're gonna create a name for the data source. Now this here name could be anything you want, so we're just simply gonna name it SQL College. You're going to set the user as root, because we didn't specify a password or username for the for our MySQL database. So everything is left as default. So username is root, no password. And under databases, we're going to click on the drop down menu here and select the database which we created, which was college. Alright, so you're going to click test to make sure that the connection was successful. And of course, you can see it says that it is indeed successful. So you can go ahead and click OK and OK again. Alright, so within the list here, you're going to select the data source which we just created, select it here, click OK. We're going to select the table which we want, click OK again. I'm going to select the 4 fields within the table and click OK. Alright, so once that's done, you should see the table listed in the left hand pane under all tables. We're going to double click on it, and here we are able to populate the fields as we deem fit. Alright, so let's just give a couple of sample lectures, just to populate the fields to see if everything works as should. So we're gonna just create an ID. It's a random number, right? Again, let's use my name, fname. Okay. All right. ID, first name, last name, and the field as internet tech, and let's create a second lecturer. Alright, so we have 2 users that we inputted here. After we're done, we're just gonna click save. Alright, and that's pretty much it. So now we're just gonna verify that the information was saved to the SQL database itself. So we're gonna minimize this, head back into our my admin page. We're gonna click on the table lecturers, and here we can see the information that we inputted in Access 2007 has indeed been saved on the MySQL database itself. Alright, so that's just a simple way to save data from Access 2007 in your MySQL database. Alright, so again, thank you very much for watching, and see you again next time. Bye.